My name is Emily and I've just stepped into my 30s. For the last 3 years I was married to Luke, a man 5 years older, a man who, to anyone looking in, seemed like the rare kind you're lucky to meet once in a lifetime. Steady, loyal, gentle. The kind of partner people whisper about with envy. But this isn't a story about a love that lasted. It's about the mistakes I made and the ruins they left behind. Luke was the sort of husband who noticed every detail. He never forgot my coffee order. He'd stay up late to help me finish something I left undone. His love was soft but solid, like a roof over my head in a storm. In the beginning, I adored that about him. His quiet honesty, the way his presence felt safe, the comfort of being someone's priority. But slowly, without even realizing it, I started letting other voices creep in. Friends bragged about their husbands, their spontaneity, their boldness, their shine. On social media, endless images of dazzling couples living perfect, cinematic lives flashed across my screen. And bit by bit, I began to hold Luke up to them, measuring his steadiness against their sparkle. Doubt took root. It whispered that I was missing out. That maybe I didn't deserve the kind of selfless devotion Luke gave me. Then one night, everything tipped over. Too many drinks. Too little control. Out with friends, I laughed louder than I felt, drank more than I should have, and when I came home, Luke was there, solid as always, making sure I was safe. But instead of feeling grateful, resentment spilled out of me. And I said the worst thing I have ever said. I don't even find you attractive anymore. The words broke something in him. I saw it happen, the shock, the hurt, the disbelief flickering across his face like a storm. By morning, the fog of alcohol had cleared, but the damage stayed. He sat on the edge of our bed, staring at the floor, and asked quietly, "Is that really how you feel about me?" I panicked, tried to backpedal, blamed the wine, swore I didn't mean it. But Luke didn't fight. He didn't yell. He just nodded, stood up, and walked out of the room. That silence cut deeper than any argument ever could. Days passed. The warmth in our home evaporated. No more playful texts. No more small acts of love. No more easy laughter. Luke didn't punish me with anger. He withdrew instead, retreating to a place I couldn't follow. I tried everything to fix what I had broken. I cooked his favorite meals even though I could barely cook. I left little notes in his bag, reminders of the early days. One night, I reached for him, hoping closeness could heal the wound. But he only gave me a tired look and said softly, "Not tonight, Emily. Maybe another time." Each rejection reminded me that I had been the one to tear us apart. And instead of sitting with the guilt, I ran from it. One Friday night, the silence of our house felt suffocating. I told myself I needed air. But really, I was running from him. From the damage I had caused. From myself. That's when I met him, a stranger with a confident smile and an energy Luke never had. He sat next to me at the bar and said, "Rough night?" I should have walked away. I should have thought about Luke. But instead, I let the attention sink into me, starved for the rush of being wanted. And in a single moment of weakness, I let him kiss me. The instant it happened, regret hit like a wave. My stomach turned. I wanted to claw time backward. And then I saw it, Luke sitting in his car across the street watching. He didn't storm in. He didn't yell. He didn't make a scene. He just rolled up the window and drove away. That image will never leave me. The next morning, I clung to the thin hope that maybe, somehow, we could still survive this. I found him in the kitchen. His face was calm, but his eyes were empty. "Last night," he said, voice steady but sharp, "you showed me exactly how little you value me and our marriage." I begged. I cried. I told him it was a mistake, that it meant nothing. But Luke just shook his head. "I need time to think," he said, and then he packed a bag and left. He never came back. 6 months later, I saw him again. He was thriving. Happy. There was a new woman beside him. Someone who laughed with her whole heart, who looked at him the way I used to. And he looked at her the way he once looked at me. He was free and he was happy. And I was left with the wreckage I had created. Friends drifted away, unsure how to stand beside me after what I'd done. Even my mother, when I told her everything, could only shake her head and say, "Emily, you had the kind of man most women pray for, and you let him go." She was right. There was no redemption here. No dramatic reconciliation. Just me living with the weight of regret. A constant ache that grows heavier with every passing day. If there's anything to be learned from my story, it's this. Cherish what you have while you have it. Because once it's gone, no amount of tears or apologies will bring it back. I had everything I needed in my hands. And I let it slip away. Now all I have left is the emptiness I built with my own choices.